Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for tonight's coverage of the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Cup Series. Apologies for the delay getting the stream up and started. I had a broadcaster call out, and so I am going to end up stepping in and getting the broadcast out to you all this evening. My name is Atlee Atmanwees, and I'm excited to call all of the action for tonight's race. We're 9 laps in to the action here tonight. And we are right now at Kentucky Speedway, the Next Gen Cup cars as usual. And as we check in right now, Jesse Whittington is currently leading this race. We have Matt Pericini in second place, Sharn Hill in third, Matt Bayens in fourth, and Garrett Walden is in that fifth place spot right now. Kentucky Speedway, 1.5 miles, very fast track. We'll see how these drivers do as they take on this place. Playoff spots on the line right now as we approach the championship. As we currently look into the playoff standings. It's going to come down all the way to the wire. So here we go. Jesse Whittington in the lead right now. Matt Pericini right behind him as they head off of turn number 4. We see Jesse Whittington utilizing all of that track, getting right down to that yellow line on the front stretch, just doing his best to maintain that line, and that's definitely a hard place to be in when you're trying to focus, hit your marks, and at the same time you've got somebody right on your back bumper filling up that rearview mirror just waiting for you to make a mistake, and that's exactly what Matt Pericini is trying to do right now. The interesting thing about these 1.5 miles is there's always multiple grooves, and they can change as the tires wear, as they get more heat in them. So right now, Matt Pericini is trying to find that part of the racetrack that he can run that can get him ever so closer to Jesse Whittington, that can get him more grip. I mean, you'll see it on the NASCAR Cup Series broadcast. Those drivers are always searching all around the racetrack to try to find any speed that they can. But right now, Jesse Whittington trying to play as much defense as he can. Top 2 kind of checked out. Then Sharn Hill in third place right now, hanging on. And then he's got a decent gap between himself and fourth place Matt Bayens. After that, from 5th all the way to 12th, it is a gaggle of NASCAR Next Gen Cup cars. So we see Garrett Walden all there in 5th, and Jorge Ledesma Jr. in that 12th final position, trying to work his way up through the field. Pericini continuing to close that gap between himself and Whittington. Looking to that outside, trying to find where that 94 is, leaving the gap open. Currently, last time by, he was a 10th faster than what that 94 ran. Another thing that these drivers have to be thinking about right now already, even though when the time to pit comes, it may be later on. It's all about pit stops. When it's the time to come in and get fresh tires, get fuel, that's going to come about here very shortly in this 150-lap run. So pit strategy can make or break winning this race. And that's exactly what drivers who are currently not in that top spot, Pericini, Sharn Hill, Matt Bayens, they're going to try to utilize to try to jump the 94 and get up to that top spot. We do want to, of course, thank Dev Sports Cards for sponsoring our Next Gen series. If you're looking for any kind of sports cards, Devs is the way to go. They were established in 2013 by one of our SCSRA drivers at times, Devin Butchino. Dev Sports Cards specializes in all your sports cards and gaming cards needs, from football, baseball, and basketball cards to Pokemon. Dev Sports Cards sells it all. On their eBay store, you can find a wide variety of items, from high-end sports cards to their weekly 99-cent starting bid 7-day auctions. And don't have time to sell your own cards? Reach out to Devin and ask about his consignment services. Simply package them up, ship them out, and Devin will get them listed, sold, and then you get paid. Dev Sports Card can be found on eBay, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And Dev Sports Cards is a proud sponsor of the SCSRA series. So as always, thank you to Dev Sports Cards, all that they do, especially here with the Cup Series. It's been a long-lasting relationship. I used to broadcast SCSRA series very often. Dev, always a fixture of the series, whether he was racing or with Dev Sports Cards. This paddle is still tight. Matt Persini is not letting up on Jesse Whittington, not letting him get comfortable. Jesse is having to hit his marks every single lap because one small mistake, Matt Persini is going to be right there to pounce. Let's take a look at what it looks like for that 24 as he runs behind Whittington at the moment. You see right now, heading off the corner, he's trying to utilize every ounce of that straightaway to get all the way on the throttle. Strong run down the front stretch, carrying it out towards the wall. Finding his mark, getting down to the bottom, wrapping that yellow line. And then same thing, carrying all that momentum all the way up to the outside wall. Jesse Whittington not giving him an opportunity to get under the bottom. Whittington has found that seam. You see him wrapping it. Persini looking low, though. He sees an opportunity. Just got to be able to pounce on it and make it work. Elsewhere, field's starting to get strung out a little bit. Drivers just trying their best to maintain their long run speed. Depending on how they're driving it, might be starting to burn up that right rear, might be starting to burn up that right front. Everybody drives their cars differently. So we'll see who can handle that long run speed the best. So far, fastest lap time of the race does belong to Jesse Whittington with a 30.88. So we'll see if he can continue to maintain that speed. There he is, Persini able to get to his left rear as they head off of turn number 4. Whittington clears him back, though. But I'm sure that made him nervous for a second, seeing how much speed the 24 has. Looking at the field right now, we've got practically all Chevrolets, except for Josh Hall in the Ford. So not too many manufacturers battles going on right now. The bow ties very heavily represented. So far, things have been very racy for the top 2 spots, and that was the beauty of Kentucky Speedway, and I certainly miss having this track on the Cup Series schedule all the way into the very end with that final race that they had where Cole Custer got his first ever Cup Series win. Always great shows put on here at Kentucky Speedway. I definitely look fondly on the race where Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch had that battle to the finish in 2019 in that night race. That was certainly one for the books. Currently 25 laps into this race. Let's do a quick flyby through the field. See where your favorite driver is running right now. Jesse Whittington currently occupying the top spot as he had since we began this broadcast. Matt Persini in second. Third place, that's Sharon Hill. Fourth is Matt Bayens. Fifth is Garrett Walden. Sixth is going to be Holden Wheeler. Seventh is Vince Brent. Eighth, it is Billy Tyloff. Ninth, Lauren Vincent. Rounding out your top 10 is Charles Stevens Jr. 11th is Intensity Broadcasting's own Josh Hall. And rounding out the field in 12th is Jorge Ledesma Jr. in that 44. Got Bryce Butchler in the chat. Let's go 79. Tyloff is my hero. Good top 10 run going for car 79. And he is 3 wide on the top right now. We see Lauren Vincent also there in the middle, trying to get through on the bottom. That's the 84 of Charles Stevens Jr. And he is able to get clear for that 8th place spot now. Tyloff and Vincent door to door as they head onto the backstretch. Vincent continuing to have that nose on the bottom. He gets clear over Tyloff by the time they reach turns 3 and 4. Now we see Billy under attack from Josh Hall as they head off of turn number 4. Tyloff holding strong on that outside. You can make it work if you have the speed, if you have the technique. It involves a different driving style to wrap it on the top, because you can carry your speed into the corner a little bit more, but you got to be careful not to get into the gas too early, because that wall will sneak right up on you. As we saw right there, a few of those guys tap the wall. We're 3 wide again. Josh Hall goes around. Oh, no. 07 of Lauren Vincent into the outside wall. Josh Hall is able to save it, but we see smoke coming out of the rear of that 81 machine. May have been tire smoke. Having to slam on the brakes to keep from going all the way around. What a save. Let's watch the replay of that one right there. Josh Hall was completely sideways, colliding off of the 07 of Lauren Vincent. He fell right into the outside wall. Glad everything got squared away there. Got a big Billy Tyloff fan club here on YouTube. Joe Moore says, let's go Billy. Billy able to make it through as he taps the wall right there. Able to make it through that calamity involving Lauren Vincent and Josh Hall. So glad to see that he made it through. Now still keeping it in the top 10 in that 9th plate spot. Jorge Ledesma certainly benefited from that one, jumping from 12th all the way to 10th. The biggest mover right now is Sharn Hill. He's currently gained 2 spots since the green flag drop. Started this race in 5th. Now on his way looking for a podium finish. Biggest follower is Jorge Ledesma. Started this race in the 6th place spot. Now finds himself in 10th. Was in that last and final 12th place spot at one point. So he's trying to track down Billy Tyloff right now for that 9th place position. Here's Charles Stevens Jr. and Holden Wheeler duking it out right now. We see Stevens Jr. has the nose as they cross the start-finish line, trying to clear him here through 1 and 2. Wrapping that patch of asphalt right there, that seam. And he is able to clear him off the corner. Charles Stevens makes his way now up into the 7th place spot. He will be setting his sights on the 43 of Garrett Walden right now. Kind of in a world of his own, tracking down Vince Brent for 5th. But no pressure from anybody tracking him down. Charles Stevens Jr. hoping to change that right now. Man from Tampa, Florida, trying to get it done. Holden Wheeler not letting off the gas yet, though. He is sticking right with Charles Stevens Jr., not letting him get too far ahead. Maybe trying to take that 7th place back from him. And that's the thing. When you're ahead of somebody, you can only rely on so much to figure out what they're doing to be faster than you. But when you can run behind them, you can kind of get a gauge of where they're getting out of the gas, when they're getting back into the gas, what line they're running, what groove they're running. Then you can really pick up on what you need to do to make it by them in order to get your position back. So sometimes getting behind somebody and having a rabbit to chase can certainly be a benefit, and that's what Holden Wheeler is hoping for, although Charles Stevens Jr. is starting to extend that gap for second. Lap times still aren't falling off terribly. Jesse Whittington has lost about a half a second from his best lap time, and I apologize. He was not the fastest lap time of the race so far. That belongs to Matt Persini with a 30.37. I was looking at the fastest last lap time. That was the fastest best lap time that Matt Persini has, 30.37, and I doubt that will have any shot at getting beaten until we see our pit stops drivers coming in, getting some new shoes to try to see what they can do with them. Holden Wheeler found some speed. I don't know if he maybe fell back to let that car cool off, let those tires cool off a little bit. Now trying to make another run at Charles Stevens Jr. to try to make his way to that 7th place spot. Currently keeping it up on the outside right now. Trying to see if he can find any speed. I was wondering, again, with these 1.5 miles and Kentucky in particular, there are some where the outside may come in, but I haven't seen that so far. The preferred groove seems to be either right on that yellow line through the corner, or at least a car length up above it, or maybe a half a car length up above it. We see Holden Wheeler's trying it, and it's worth a shot because your car can handle completely different when you try to run that high line. It can go from having terrible issues trying to keep it on the bottom to when you don't have to force as much wheel in it to get into the bottom, it turns better, you can get into the gas sooner because you don't have so much wheel cranked into it. Let's see what inputs we've got going on for Holden Wheeler right now. See, yeah, very easy on the steering wheel. Only has to put about 15, 25 degrees into it. Once you get it completely 90 degrees sideways, you're just scrubbing speed. You don't want to get that way. You want the car to do the work for you. Because you got to think in real life, it's a physical challenge too, how much you're having to fight that wheel. So whatever you can do to make it easier, that's exactly what Holden Wheeler's trying to do right now. See if he can find any speed. We're approaching 100 laps to go in this race. And just 10 more laps. And Jesse Whittington still at the point. Holding on to that lead. He has now almost a 1.5 second lead over Matt Persini right now. Very comfortable. So we'll see if he can continue to keep that up. Again, I know I keep emphasizing it, but it's so important. You see it in the Cup Series. Pit stop so important. Can make or break a race. And Whittington is definitely thinking about that right now. Still don't think it's too much longer until we'll start seeing pit stops. And caution's out.
That race manipulation, wow.
And I believe, and my apologies, I believe this is our competition. Yes, this is our stage break. So stage break now, giving the drivers an opportunity to just take that deep breath. Been going at it hard for 42 laps now. Take a deep breath, regroup, and I think we're going to have pit stops on the horizon here. Let's see what kind of strategies these guys come up with.
Jorge, did I miss something on the track?
We see they're getting down on that yellow line. We're going to be seeing them head that way down pit road here in just a second. There we go. Pit stops begin here at the stage break. Who can gain some spots? Who can lose some spots? Jesse Whittington enters in the lead. Matt Persini, Sharn Hill, Matt Bayens, Vince Brent make up your top 5. We'll see how that shakes out in the race on pit road. What strategy calls? Does everybody take 4? Somebody try to take 2? Got to make sure to get that fuel. Looks like somebody missed their box there in the middle. It's a bad feeling. Just completely slows everything down, messes up your rhythm. And textbook stop for Jesse Whittington. He wins the race off of pit road. Then it's Matt Persini, Sharn Hill, Matt Bayens, Vince Brent. See Garrett Walden, Charles Stevens Jr., Holden Wheeler, Josh Hall, Jorge Ledesma Jr., Lauren Vincent, Billy Tyloff. So lights on the pace car are off. We are getting ready to go back green here. And the field is exactly how we left it. At least in the front row. Jesse Whittington chooses the bottom. It's going to be Matt Persini on the top. Watch out for Sharn Hill in the 5. Was holding strong in that third place position all throughout that last green flag run. Has showed some good speed. We'll see if he has an opportunity to utilize it. We'll see what lane gets the momentum going into turns 1 and 2. You're not a dead bug if you start on the outside. You can make it work. And I think that's the plan for Matt Persini and Sharn Hill right now. Everybody took 4 tires, so there's no uneven playing field. It's just who can maintain them the best. I believe we'll have maybe one more stop. And if it's like this, it'll be around lap 90. Around the same time. But we'll see if anybody tries to extend it longer than that. Here we go. Green flag is back in the air. Out of the Geico restart zone goes Jesse Whittington. And he will take that first place spot, getting right back where he left. Matt Persini holding strong on the outside, trying to get clear of Sharn Hill. But here comes the 5 off of turn number 2. He gets cleared by the 24. So top 3 exactly how he left it. Before the caution, Persini dives down into 1 and 2, wrapping that seam of asphalt. And he's got the nose over the 94 of Whittington as they head off the corner. Whittington keeping it on that right rear of Persini. We'll see how it all shakes out going into turns 1 and 2. Everybody's got new tires and new confidence. And that's exactly what Matt Persini uses to get to the lead. Great pass, great move for the 24, but he's got to hang on to it. Here comes Sharn Hill in the 5 car. He will move into the second place spot. Jesse Whittington, floodgates open. He falls to 3rd, and he may lose another spot to Vince Brent. Vince Brent trying his hardest on the bottom. He's got the nose over the 94. The Busch Light Machine clears him as they head off of turn number 4. And this gaggle of race cars will not separate. Nobody can take a deep breath. Everybody's blinking at the same time. This is intense. This is why we're Intensity Broadcasting. This is exactly the stuff that you love to see. This is why NASCAR needs to go back to Kentucky for racing like this. Right now, Matt Persini keeping it in the lead. Sharn Hill not giving him any opportunity to breathe. Like, he cannot make a mistake at this moment, or else Sharn Hill is going to be there ready to pounce. And I can't believe it. I don't know what is going on. Jesse Whittington just continues to fall to the rear, getting passed now by Billy Tyloff and Josh Hall. Whittington went from restarting in 1st all the way to the 9th, about to fall to 10th. Not entirely sure what happened. If he can make it back onto the podium, we might interview him, speak about it. It could be he's just trying to save tires. Didn't like what he was seeing up front. Thought it was too risky. And so fell to the back. Going to save some tires and see what he can do. It's not a bad strategy. That was the only stage break we'll have. So that's the only scheduled yellow. Any other yellow would be due to any accident. And there were some accidents waiting to happen there up front. Whittington not wanting to be a part of it. So we'll keep our eye out on that 94. Either something is going wrong with that car, or he has got something up his sleeve. But Matt Persini, that beautiful DuPont 24. Nice to see it now in the first place position after chasing Jesse Whittington for that race lead for so long. We have 100 laps to go officially in this race, and the excitement has not gone down any. Vince Brent making a move for that second place spot now. Forces Sharn Hill to run that outside lane. He tucks back in line, trying to set something up for turns 3 and 4 perhaps. not able to get there. So at this stage in the race, let's go ahead and do another flyby through the field. See how everything shook out after the restart. Matt Persini in first, Sharon Hill in second, Vince Brent third, Matt Bayens fourth. We see Garrett Walden in fifth. He is under attack right now from Holden Wheeler, who is holding sixth right now. We got Billy Tithoff in seventh, Charles Stevens Jr. in eighth. It's Josh Hall in ninth. Jesse Whittington rounds out your top 10. It's Jorge Ledesma Jr. in 11th, and Lauren Vincent rounds out the field in 12th at the moment. So I know we got a few Billy Tithoff fans in the chat. For the rest of you watching, let me know who you're rooting for in this race, or who's your pick to win. We've had a few drivers that have certainly made their case. One of them is Sharon Hill as he heads to the outside, and he takes the lead from Matt Persini. What a pass there from the 5. I don't know if Persini's burnt up his tires already, but he's getting freight trained. Vince Brent heads by. Now it's Matt Bayens trying to make it by the 24. We see Persini able to hold on to that third place spot. Now looking underneath the 92 to try to get back to the front. Let's watch that pass again. Persini moves up to block the 5. And I don't know if he just scrubbed his speed and killed his momentum, but Sharon Hill had a monster run off of turn number 4. Great pass. Third different leader this evening. C4 Energy. Machine of Sharon Hill now in the lead. Persini, while we were watching that replay, made it back up to second. Vince Brent in third. It's going to be Matt Bayens in fourth. And Holden Wheeler rounds out your top 5 now. But things just continue to move and shake. We got to keep our eye. I mean, from first to 7th, you could throw a blanket over these drivers. And we still have a whole lot of race left. I mean, you got to remember, it all goes to the age-old saying, in order to finish first you have to finish. These drivers are taking some big swings right now, making some big moves. Some of them have paid off, like it did for Sharon Hill to get back to the race lead. But there goes Matt Persini down to the bottom. He says, I want that lead back. I took it. It was mine. And now it's going to be mine again. We'll see what that 24 DuPont machine can do to get by the 5. Just looked like Sharon had built up such a strong run there off of 4. I don't know if he changed his line any to get off the corner better. But it just looked like he was able to get into the gas so much sooner than Persini. It could be line. It's all about just trying to figure out whatever you can do to not bind that car up off the corner and just get as much drive off as possible. And so that can mean putting in as little wheel as possible. There's a lot of as little as possibles that are involved in trying to make a pass here on these next-gen cars at Kentucky. Matt Persini is trying to do it on the bottom. Can't make it work. He's got to take whatever page out of Sharon Hill's book and do that. I mean, let's examine how he entered the corner. Way bigger arc into the corner, running that high side. Like I talked about, he's not binding up the car. He doesn't have to put as much wheel into it. The car's doing the work, and so he can get into the gas sooner. You've got that really wide runoff onto the front stretch. Yeah, arc in that corner is humongous, and Sharon Hill used it to his advantage. These other guys, Vince Brent, Matt Bayens, Holden Wheeler, they're in the catbird seat right now. Waiting for, a little wiggle there off of 4 for Sharn Hill. And Pericini tried to go to his outside, and he taps the outside wall, killing his momentum. That allowed Vince Brent to catch up to the back bumper of the 24. We've got ourselves a 3, 4, 5 horse race for this race lead. Nobody is letting up. The loud paddle is all the way to the floor. Side by side, Pericini and Sharn Hill door to door in 2, 1, and 3, and 4. Continuing to stay side by side. And looks like off of 4, or excuse me, off of 2, Pericini is going to be able to clear Sharn Hill to get that lead back. And he is going to really enter low just to protect that bottom. And shuts the door there on the front stretch. Sharn Hill fighting tooth and nail, though. Really wants this lead back. Another thing that I'm thinking about right now is that first green flag run, there really wasn't a ton of battles. Everybody was able to run their normal line for the most part. Aside from maybe a few drivers in the rear, but up front with Whittington and Pericini and Hill, everybody, and we see Pericini definitely gets that hold onto the lead now. But between Whittington, Pericini, Hill, they were all able to run their preferred groove. With all of this battling going on right now, you're seeing drivers enter way high, really pinching off their entry. And so that's having an adverse effect on those tires, causing them to wear way quicker than we might have seen in that first run. Right now, top half of the field already in the 31s. So that's at least over a half a second slower than what they were running to start that new green flag run. Officially reached lap 67 now out of 150. Ticks to 68. And we've seen a lot of movers and shakers all throughout this race so far. First half belonged all to Jesse Whittington up until the stage break. Then he fell like a rock all the way to the rear, giving the lead to Matt Pericini. Sharn Hill made a great move on the outside to take the lead. And then Pericini takes it back where we find ourselves now. We've been watching a whole lot of the front two, but we've got these three in a bit of a train right now for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's Matt Bayens, Holden Wheeler, and Vince Brent. Great race for Holden Wheeler. Did not qualify the best, qualified in 10th, but he has quickly worked his way up through the field and now resides in that 4th place position. Got a shot at a podium if he can make it by this 72 of Matt Bayens here. Playoffs going on right now in the SCSRA Dev Sports Card Cup Series. You can see with the green banners who our playoff drivers are. That's Matt Pericini, Sharn Hill, Matt Bayens, Charles Stevens Jr., Josh Hall, Garrett Walden, Jesse Whittington, all of those drivers looking to get to a shot at the championship. This series, of course, still using that playoff format. And this is the push to the championship. This is the last race before the round of 4. So it's go time. It is go time. Right now, the top 4 are going into this race are Jesse Whittington, Matthew Persini, Garrett Walding, and Charles Stevens. But with the playoff drivers, Sharn Hill in second place could save himself and get into the final 4 with this good run that he's having. He's in 5th place, and he is only 8 points behind Charles Stevens. It's going to be tough for Josh Hall to work his way up there. Going to be tough for Matt Bayens. Going to be tough for Ryan Gomes. Ryan Gomes is not even in this field. So it really comes down to Sharn Hill. Whatever Sharn Hill... Actually, no, I take that back. I mean, everybody's still got a shot. But we've really got to see... If Persini can win this, then he definitely secures himself a spot in the Final 4. Jesse Whittington, Garrett Walden, all trying to maintain that. I mean, looking back at the season so far, most wins is Garrett Walden. Currently runs in that 9th place spot. Most poles goes to Jesse Whittington. Currently runs in that 10th place spot. Top 5s, Jesse Whittington, Garrett Walden, and Charles Stevens all have 8 top 5s. Garrett Walden has 12 top 10, so he only one race has he not finished in the top 10. And that was at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And then stage wins goes to Jesse Whittington. He's got 5 of them. So a lot going on right now in the playoff picture. We'll continue to monitor that. Jesse Whittington and Garrett Walden, 2 of the drivers that I mentioned, have just had so much success this season. Trying to see what they can do here in the rear of the field. I mean, these are 2 drivers that, you know, based on their statistics, would be up front, but they're currently just finding their way in the back. I don't know if they're trying to catch strategy, but right now, duking it out for that 9th place spot. And we are in season 11. I think last time I broadcasted the SCSR8, they were in season 5. So it's good to be back, good to be behind the mic for the SCSRA Cup Series. And we've got something brewing for the final spot on the podium right now. Matt Bayens trying to hold off Holden Wheeler for that 3rd place spot. And we see Holden takes it to the outside, trying to see if he can find any grip up there. Gets a pretty good run off the corner. Now to that right rear of the 72. Again, just got to try to get a good exit. I think that's the bread and butter of being on that outside. And looks like Bayens goes way low there down the backstretch. Holden Wheeler able to slip on by now in that 3rd and final spot on the podium, looking to try to track down Sharn Hill for that 2nd place spot. Matt Persini still maintaining the lead. And Sharn Hill 2nd, Holden Wheeler 3rd, Matt Bayens 4th. Vince Brent keeping it in the top 5 and 5th. Billy Tyvoff, good run. He's in 6th. Charles Stevens Jr. 7th. Then you got to go way back to Josh Hall in 8th. 9th is, oh, yellow flag is out. This changes everything. Oh. What in the world? Matt Pericini. Oh, no. Here goes that 24. Has been so strong tonight. Drives it down into turns 3 and 4.
Well, yeah, that's me, but I'm going to be at the back anyway. I got 3 minutes.
He just loses the car. Car gets out from underneath him and just snaps all the way out to that outside wall, clobbers it. Oh, no. Oh, Sharn Hill gets tagged on his right side door. Oh, my gosh. Let's look at that the cockpit cam. Yeah, you can already see him losing the car as he counter steers. Just came out from underneath him. That is a heartbreaker.
No, you're good. I checked that too much. It's not bad.
Pit stop's underway right now. The lead is wide open. Sharn Hill, first driver onto pit road. We'll see if he's the first driver back out. Not sure if this is going to be our final stop of the evening. We're a little past halfway. Whittington has the benefit of that first pit stall. And... ooh. Holden Wheeler wins the race off of pit road, followed by Matt Bayens, Billy Tithoff, Charles Stevens Jr., Sharn Hill, Vince Brent, Josh Hall, Jesse Whittington, Lauren Vincent, Garrett Walding, Jorge Ledesma Jr. Matt Pericini has a date with the cleanup crew. I think he may have had to tow, so that's probably what's prolonging his pit road. And I can see he's got the meatball flag right now, so that is... when you get the meatball flag, you know you have excessive damage. So Holden Wheeler getting up front for the first time tonight. Gonna try to keep it there, but he's gonna have Matt Bayens right there with him. Billy Tithoff. All the Tithoff fans watching on YouTube have got to be hype at seeing that 79 car on the podium. You know what we're going to do? On this restart, we are going to crank it up. We're going to put the volume all the way up. And we're going to give you all of the sights and sounds of this restart once we get into that restart zone. See Matt Pericini officially off of pit road. Gosh, tough break for that 24 car. So fast. Now he's 2 laps down. But hey, if we get 2 more cautions, he can get the lucky dog, get back around. Just got to hope that nobody else goes down a lap with him. We'll see. Joe Moore says, come on, 79. Right there on the bottom, right behind the leader, right behind that control car. Good place to be in. I wouldn't be surprised. Watch out for that 79. Try to make a move for the lead. Pace car's in. We're going to crank it up. And as we were doing that, caution flag comes out. Second unscheduled caution. There was a lot of craziness going on behind Holden Wheeler. Take a look at what happened. Matt Bayens
That's me.
fell way back on that restart after starting on the outside. It's like Ledesma Jr. gets into his left rear. Looks like Bayens comes down the racetrack. Ledesma Jr. just sent it into the corner there. It's one of those things on corner entry where you hope that you get a good enough run into the corner where you can just shoot down and clear the person trying to get in front of you, but you leave that bottom open, you leave open that risk. And that put the 72 sideways, back bumper into the inside wall. Tough break for Matt Bayens. With you on pit road right now, this could shake things up.
Lucky dog guy.
Lauren Vincent, we taking tires? Looks like it's gas and go. Everybody just topping off on fuel so that they can make it the rest of the way. That's not a bad idea. I guess it is expected that they may have to make one more pit stop. So if you can come in, you don't have to take fuel. All you have to worry about is tires. That's a weight off your shoulder and your virtual pit crew shoulder. But we do not see first through seventh come in. Nobody wants to sacrifice that track position.
That's why I wear brown pants.
So Holden Wheeler kept it in the race lead.
I'm wearing
And Billy Tyloff
makes everything
now
cool.
up into that second place position. Good run for him. Sharn Hill in third. Jesse Whittington back up in the top 5 and fourth. And Charles Stevens Jr. in fifth. And Matt Persini got one of his laps back. So he just needs one more. He'll be back on the lead lap with his fellow competitors. Don't count him out. It's never over until it's over.
See, I'm from Massachusetts. When you guys lose your cockies, you just lose your pants. When we lose our cockies, we can't drive a car no more.
Lights on the pace car are off.
You're from
Getting ready to go back
Speedway.
green here. Holden Wheeler, Billy Tythoff make up your front row. Second row, Sharn Hill, Jesse Whittington. Rounding out your top 5,
not even
Charles
close
Stevens Jr. There's
to what
Vince
letters are
Brent
there.
up there as well. Matt Bayens trying to work his way up through the field
I know. half
after
the
going around
city
after
names in
contact
the
between
state
him and
are
Jorge
unpronounceable.
Ledesma Jr.
Like, I know I was born and raised in the South, but at least I went to a school where we learned.
We're in the
how to
home
read.
stretch. 62 laps to go. It's a lot of time, and it's also not a lot of time. Those 62 laps are gonna
We
fly
got
by
it here.
quick,
It's spelled P-E-A-B-O-D-Y.
and at the
pronounced
same time, it's
Peabody.
gonna feel like forever. It's gonna feel like forever, especially to Holden Wheeler,
Now, that
who just
happens
wants
when you're,
this
like,
race
11
over
or
with,
12.
and he can get his checkered flag. Pace car's in. Here we go. Field is re-racked, restacked. Heck yeah, back green at Kentucky. Holden Wheeler takes off. Leads his Gagla Next-Gen cars into turns 1 and 2. Up through the gears he goes. Sharn Hill on the bottom. Able to make his way to second. So far, not a big head of steam for Billy Tythoff on the outside. He is fighting for third right now. Charles Stevens Jr. trying to take that from him. Stevens Jr. makes it by Jesse Whittington. Not a good start for the outside. Oh, Tythoff into the outside wall. Doesn't cost him too much momentum. He keeps it in that third place spot for now. Holden Wheeler holding his own for that race lead. Now just 60 laps to go. Movers and shakers all throughout tonight. Haven't said Holden Wheeler's name too much. He was keeping it around mid-pack. But after that last pit stop, had a great pit stop, got the track position, and right now just needs to do what he needs to do to hold off Sharn Hill. Holden just ran his personal best lap time of the race with a 30.42. So did Billy Tyloff with a 30.41. Matt Bayens quick, Garrett Walden quick, Jorge Ledesma Jr. quick. These new Goodyear tires, almost said Hoosier, these new Goodyear tires are really getting some heat in them now and giving these drivers a better amount of control. Especially Billy. He heads down underneath Sharn Hill for that second place spot. They are side by side off the corner. 79 maintaining that spot on the bottom. He's got the nose over Sharn Hill heading into 3 and 4. Hill trying to fight back. He's done well on that outside. That's how he got by Matt Persini earlier in this race to take the lead. And, wow, he maintains it. Able to hold off Billy Tyloff. Billy heads back underneath him off of turn number 2. Jesse Whittington right there ready to pounce as well. We see Billy able to clear him.
Yeah, take me low.
Oh! Contact from Sharn Hill. Billy Tyloff trying to save it. Takes it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, and he's around. How did nobody else hit him? Oh, no. The Tyloff fans on YouTube not going to be happy with that one. Oh. Let's see what happened. Sharn Hill, bumper to bumper, with Tyloff going there into 3 and 4. And... oh. I wasn't sure if Sharn got into his back bumper or not. But
Anybody claiming that one?
you can see that car already starting to get free right there. And I don't know.
Sorry, dude. My bad.
Yeah, it looks like he already starts to go around. Car
Nice.
free on entry. And
What the-
Hill was just so
I thought
tight with
hit
him, he had
low.
nowhere to
I'm like,
go.
oh, okay. Pops up out of nowhere.
Oh, no. Yeah, just... once you start to feel it, there's only so much you can do with the throttle, with the brake, with the steering wheel to try to save it. Luckily, didn't make contact with any other cars. How did he miss that? Who was that? Was that Josh? That was Josh. Holy moly. Watch this. Heads up driving there by Josh. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That would get your heart rate up a little bit. Ooh. Got some pit strategy going on. We see Jesse Whittington, Matt Bayens, Vince Brent, and Garrett Walding all staying out. And then Holden Wheeler, Sharn Hill, Charles Stevens Jr., Josh Hall, Jorge Ledesma Jr., Lauren Vincent all coming in and taking new tires. And Matt Persini, he's back on the lead lap now. So 2 laps down, just a few laps to go. Seemed daunting, but he is back up into the 11th place spot. We see Joe Morris's good driving, Josh. Yeah, no kidding. To see a car just heading up the racetrack, you just kind of got to take it up to the top, hold on, and pray. And that's exactly what Josh did. He's got a clean Ford Mustang. He's the only Ford Mustang. Man, I can't believe Toyota isn't getting any love here in the SCSRA Cup Series. Bow Ties and Josh. But we are getting ready to go back green. Jesse Whittington and Matt Bayens stay out, which puts them 1-2, and Vince Britt and Garrett Walden stay out, so that puts them 3rd and 4th. Holden Wheeler won the race off of pit road for those that came in, so he is in that 5th place spot. See, Matt Persini got his lap back, and Billy Tithoff going to be starting in the rear, trying to work his way back up through the field. Just 4 laps, it'll be 50 to go. We're going to see the difference between these new tires and old tires. Jesse Whittington, Bayens, Brent, Walden, their tires are only 13 laps older than those who just came in. Could be a big difference, though. So here we go, Whittington, Bayens into the restart zone. And green flag back in the air. Whittington up through the gears. Gets clear of the top 2. Now it's Bayens, Brent. Door to door into turns 1 and 2. Brent right now with the nose on the bottom. Strong run off the corner. He's able to clear Bayens. Oh, few get into the outside wall. Here comes Garrett Walden in the 43. Holden Wheeler blocking him like crazy. We see Walden gets into his bumper underneath him now as they go down the front stretch. Right now fighting for that 4th place spot. We see Walden is able to get there. Now trying to track down Matt Bayens for that 3rd place spot. Bayens trying to get by Vince Britt now for that 2nd place spot. All over the back bumper as they head down the back stretch. Nothing he can do, though, into turns 3 and 4. Lars Milberger says, let's go Matt, number 72. Continuing to try to look low, see what he can do. Get by Vince Brent. Jesse Whittington on 16, 17 lap tires. He just ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 30.37. That 94 is quick. We saw him fall back to the rear of the field after the stage break. And now here he is back up front like nothing happened. 94 is a rocket ship right now with just 50 laps to go. After that restart is shaken out a bit. See Jesse Whittington in 1st. Vince Brent in 2nd. It's Matt Bayens in 3rd. Holden Wheeler is 4th. Garrett Walden 5th. Sean Hill 6th. Charles Stevens Jr. 7th. Josh Hall in 8th. Matt Persini 9th. Billy Tithoff in 10th. And then the battle is going on for 11th between Jorge Ledesma Jr. and Lauren Vincent. Here comes Holden Wheeler, round the outside, trying to get by Matt Bayens. 09 car is quick, he's got the nose off of 2. And Bayens tucks in line by the time they reach the end of the backstretch, bringing that 09 car onto the podium. He wants more, reeling in Vince Brent for that 2nd place spot. We see he pushes way up off of 4, tagging that outside wall. No harm, no foul. He keeps it in that 3rd place spot for the time being. Garrett Walden looking underneath Matt Bayens for that 4th place spot now. And Walden has a rearview mirror full of Sean Hill right now. So from 2nd all the way to 10th, it is crazy racing going on. There was Charles Stevens Jr. trying to make a pass on Sean Hill there. And then Jesse Whittington loves to see all of this. He's just checked out right now. So Matt Bayens still under attack from Garrett Walden. They are bumper to bumper going into 3 and 4. Just waiting to see who's going to make a move first. We see Bayens doing a great job playing defense. Bayens fighting a battle on 2 fronts. He's trying to play offense and get by Holden Wheeler back to that 3rd place spot, and at the same time, peeking in that rearview mirror, seeing what's going on with Sharn Hill and Garrett Walden. Tough situation, but so far Matt is handling it nicely. It's all Jesse Whittington right now. When we first started broadcasting around lap 8, Jesse was in the lead. Stage break winner. Fell back, then we saw caution come out. Took new tires, worked his way back up front. And now holding on. He has 13 lap older tires than a bunch of people that came in and took new ones, one of those being Holden Wheeler. He's only been able to get to third. Now he's getting passed back by Matt Bayens. Matt Bayens gets back on the podium. Makes the pass for third. He's going to track down, or try to track down, Vince Brent for that second place spot. Holden Wheeler getting all the way down on the apron. Garrett Walden sent it as low as he could go. That scrubbed a ton of speed. Gave Sharn Hill a good run on the outside. And Sharn going to move up into 5th, knocking that 43 car down to 6th. See some damage. Where's that? Right front damage for Garrett Walden. Doesn't look to be affecting him too much. It's like just a scratch. Trying to get back under Sharn Hill now for the 5th place spot. Oh, into the back bumper. Oh, he turns him. Through the grass they go. Wheeler. Walden. Oh, Pericini hard into the 09. Oh, no. Tough break. Wow. So we're watching this battle. Holden Wheeler. He's got Walden, Sharn Hill side by side behind him.
Checking up in 1.
And Walden just gets into his back bumper, not really hitting him square, gets him out of sorts, goes across his nose. Through the grass they go.
Anybody
And then
play
poor
Matt?
Matt Pericini.
Yeah, I'll take it.
10-4.
Oh! Man. Tough break for both. Holden Wheeler led some laps tonight. Finds himself now at the rear of the field. We see Garrett Walden staying in that 5th place spot. So we're going to have pit stops for perhaps one of the last times tonight. Billy Tithoff, Josh Hall stays out. Taking that gamble. So we'll see who... This is the race off of pit road for 3rd. And it's going to be Jesse Whittington winning the race off of pit road. Lauren Vincent looks like he only took right side tires, trying to get some track position. Then Vince Brent, Sharn Hill, Matt Bayens, Jorge Ledesma Jr. Looks like he maybe only took right sides or fuel just to get track position. Charles Stevens Jr., Holden Wheeler, Garrett Walden, and Matt Pericini serving a black flag on pit road. So looky here. Billy Tyloff in the race lead. He was just around in the outside wall a second ago, and now with 40 laps to go, he's got a shot to win this thing. Josh Hall, too. Both of them take the gamble to stay out. They'll make up the front row in this next restart. But they are at a tire disadvantage, a 15-lap tire disadvantage to be exact. So we'll see how much of a difference it makes because they've got Jesse Whittington right behind them on 4 fresh Goodyear sticker tires. Lauren Vincent is on 2 new sticker tires, but nonetheless, 2 is better than none. So we'll see how it all works out. We'll have, less than 40 laps to go to get this thing finished off. And see who will be going to the round of 4. The final 4. Chance at a championship. Call themselves a champion at Homestead. The track, or all championships should be. Glad NASCAR went back there. Very racy track. Look forward to having Jacob Shingle back in the booth next week. He'll have all the action for you. So there we go. Pace car is in. Late race shootout. Let's get it done. Green flag back in the air. Billy Tyloff, Josh Hall leave the restart zone. How long can these older tires hang on? Jesse Whittington already passed Josh Hall. And how adventurous is he feeling going into 1 and 2? Tucks in line behind the 79. Tyloff holding on to the race lead. There's Lauren Vincent making it by Josh Hall. Going to 3rd. Trying to see if he can get by Jesse Whittington now for that 2nd place spot. He goes up to the outside, trying to see if he can get a strong run up there. It's Billy Tyloff, though, hanging on to the race lead. But we have a train of cars. There's Vince Brent making it by Josh Hall for 4th. Hall hanging on to the top 5, but Sharn Hill coming on the outside. Billy Tyloff. Very cool to see him up in the race lead after the roller coaster race that he has had. I don't know if it's going to last much longer, though. Jesse Whittington, big run off of 2, gets underneath him down the backstretch. Hoping to close things out very shortly. Takes it off the corner, back in the gas. Jesse Whittington back into the race lead. See Danes Chapman cheering on Billy. Fortunately falls to 2nd. Still keeping it on the podium, though. But it's Jesse Whittington back into the race lead. He's had the fastest car all race long. We're going to see if anybody can stop him. If anybody can, watch out for that 92 of Vince Brent. Trying to make a good late race run. He's now right up to the back bumper of Billy Tyloff. Looks low. Making a little bit of contact there through the front stretch. Utilizing that apron. Now wrapping that yellow line. Trying to make it back. The 79. Clears him. Vince Brent up to 2nd. Setting his sights on Jesse Whittington. Trying to get him a race win here at Kentucky. Sharn Hill also trying to make it by Tyloff. Doored each other a little bit through the corner. No harm, no foul. They keep pushing. They keep going. Billy hanging on the outside. Pinching Sharn all the way through the corner. It's a great battle. Siemens car hanging on. Sharn Hill getting him way up the racetrack. Into the wall goes Billy Tyloff. Oh, more contact is made as here comes Matt Bayens. Catches this battle. So there we go. Sharn Hill officially able to get clear for that third place spot. Tithoff falls to fourth now. For sure, Rubbin is racing. Elbows out with almost 25 laps to go. Pat Bayan sending it all the way down onto the apron, looking to take that fourth place spot. And he is able to grab it. Billy Tithoff now falling to the fifth place spot and immediately under attack from Holden Wheeler. Tithoff trying to block that spot. Wheeler, though, sends it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Still side by side on the front stretch. Gotta admit, even with the tire disadvantage, Billy Tithoff fighting hard. Not enough to hold off Holden Wheeler. He takes that fifth place spot, knocking Billy Tithoff out of the top 5. He's trying to fight back. Can't do it. Tire disadvantage is too strong there for Holden Wheeler. Or excuse me, for Billy Tithoff. Jesse Whittington, he's got himself now almost a 1-second lead over Vince Brent. Very comfortable. Right now, he is hoping for no caution. That would make his life way more difficult. Have had a long green flag run thus far. No need to pit anymore. We can make it the rest of the way. Gotta be consistent. Hit your marks.
Sorry, Josh.
Matt Bayens now looking to try to get by Sharn Hill for that third place spot. And we just continue to see Billy Tithoff just fall back through the field. Now losing a spot to Lauren Vincent, who went for the 2-tire strategy. Hasn't exactly paid off. Lost a lot of the track position that he had gained. Now in 7th. Or now officially 7th as he makes it by Billy. Not far behind him, Charles Stevens Jr. looking to make the move. And he makes that pass. Appreciate everybody tuning in to Intensity Broadcasting tonight. No, we didn't have qualifying for you in the first little bit of the race, but glad we can cover the rest of this one. Hope everyone's staying warm, enjoying their racing fix. Of course, we got the Clash coming up this weekend. Hopefully this will be a good thing to quench your racing thirst before the cars hit Bowman Gray coming up here soon. Now Josh Hall trying to make it by Billy for that 9th place spot. Josh, one of our playoff drivers. Every position counts for him. And then Charles Stevens Jr., Lauren Vincent for that 7th place spot. And here we go. 25 laps to go. If you've been saving tires, it's done. It's go time. Every position counts. You got to be 100% aggression now. Because time is running out. Time is running out to catch Jesse Whittington and take that race lead. Few people want it. Few people have a shot at getting it right now. Vince Brent, Sharn Hill, Holden Wheeler, Matt Bayens, all of them have showed speed tonight. And if they can wheel their car, they can get up there. Other than that, Jesse Whittington, like I said before, hoping for clean and green. Got to be consistent. Got to be smooth. Not give Brent and Hill and Wheeler the mistake that they're hoping for. And Whittington has done that. We saw in that first green flag run, he had Pericini right on his back bumper, filling up that rearview mirror, held him off, never got by him. Whittington ended up winning the stage. Can't wait to talk to him, because I know at some point fell all the way to the back, just chilled out there, and then eventually worked his way back up front. Hasn't missed a beat. Has not missed a beat. Vincent getting into the outside wall. That turn 4 wall has been a menace to many of drivers in this race as they gas it up off of 4. And I've been there. I've raced on 1.5 and ARCA cars, and that wall does sneak up on you. You don't realize how close you're getting to it. You want to get close to it because that means you're carrying that run off the corner as best as you can. You see there, Whittington getting pretty close to it, but obviously don't want to hit it. Scrub speed slows you down. Field getting pretty spread out right now. Whittington is loving to see this. We'll do a quick flyby through the field, just so you can check in on your favorite driver. Whittington in first, Vince Sprint second, Sharnhill third, Holden Wheeler fourth, Matt Bayens fifth, Garrett Walden sixth, Charles Stevens Jr. seventh, Lauren Vincent eighth, Billy Tithoff to restarting in first, falls to ninth, Josh Halter restarting in second, falls to 10th, Jorge Ledesma Jr. in 11th, and tough day for Matt Pericini. He sits on pit road in 13th. 20 laps to go. Now about to be 19. That's just 76 more corners you have to make. 76. After turns 1 and 2, it'll be just 74. A lot of opportunity to make mistakes, but also an opportunity to close things out. It's been an awesome season for Jesse Whittington. 1 win, 3 poles, 8 top 5s, 11 top 10s, 5 stage wins. He just added another. And so lock him in. Lock him into the Final 4. He already came into this race in first for the championship points. Matthew Pericini, with his tough day that he's had, he may have just knocked himself out of the Final 4. Garrett Walden has had a solid day. He came in third. Charles Stevens has had a solid day. Sharnhill, with his performance, may have brought himself into the Final 4. Not sure exactly what the math will look like. As soon as I know it, I will let you know if we figure things out who our Final 4 is on the broadcast. A lot of math that needs to be done. Very, very exciting. So Garrett Walden won last week at Gateway, so that locked himself into the Final 4. So if Jesse Whittington wins tonight, that'll lock himself into the Final 4 as well. I think Sharnhill makes it in right now based on this performance. And I think Matt Bayens could make it in. If not him, then Charles Stevens Jr. It's going to be close. Josh Hall, I think he's knocked out of it. Ryan Gomes knocked out of it. Matthew Pericini, rough day. I don't think he's going to get many points. Still got to see how it all shakes out. Okay. Intensity picking up a few places around the track. We see Holden Wheeler reeling in Sharn Hill for that third place spot. Garrett Walden trying to make it by Matt Bayens for fifth. There he goes. Garrett Walden going out to the outside. Now to that right rear of the 72. They continue to be door-to-door off of 2. Matt Bayens has that preferred groove on the bottom. Walden has some really good speed, though. Might have done a better job maintaining those tires. And there goes that 43 off of 4. Gets clear of Matt Bayens, so top 5 for Garrett Walden. He had a pretty stress-free race, though locked himself in to the final 4. Sharn Hill trying to hang on to the podium. Holden Wheeler is not going to make it easy for him. Waiting in the wings, trying to find that right opportunity to make a move. Just 11 laps to go, about to be 10 next time by. Time is running out to catch Jesse Whittington. He's just on a Sunday drive right now. But also, the other 2 podium spots up for grabs. Vince Brent, Sharn Hill. Watch out for Holden Wheeler. Tried to get a run there on the bottom. Did not quite work out there. And there we go. Officially 10 laps to go, 10 more trips around for Jesse Whittington. It's been a great race for him. Led a lot of laps. Showed great speed. Avoided some of the mess that we saw throughout the middle portions of the race. Just put together a phenomenal race. And that's the performances that are going to get you a championship. If you can show up to Homestead next Wednesday, do this same thing again, then he will be crowned a champion. Obviously, Garrett Walden had kind of an easy breezy day, already locked into the final 4, building that notebook for another 1.5 miles in Homestead. Going to be one to watch out for. Been very impressed with Vince Brent. He's been around the top 5 all race long. Hasn't gotten involved in any mess. Got up to second. Sharn Hill had Matt Persini slam into his right rear door at one point when he went around. But he got through it. Has also kept it up in the top 3. A lot to be proud of for Team 5. Holden Wheeler led some laps. Garrett Walden has had some pretty crazy battles. And again, just tough break for Matt Persini. Saw him lead laps. Lost the car. Slammed the wall. Then got involved in another wreck that he was collateral damage in. The lone Canadian in the field definitely have a lot to be sad about, but a lot to learn from, especially next time we come back to Kentucky here, if it's going to be on the schedule again for Season 12. So the field is pretty spread out. Jesse Whittington likes to see that, because that means the less of a chance for a late race caution. I don't blame him. When you're in the lead, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You see the checkered flag at the end of the tunnel. All that's going through your head is what can go wrong. And there's a lot that can. I've seen it happen many times. He's hoping that things stay pretty civil between Sharn Hill and Holden Wheeler for this battle for third right now. Final spot on the podium. Every position counts for Sharn Hill as he tries to make his way into the final 4. He's going to do everything in his power to make sure that 09 does not get by him. Play as much defense as he can. And Sprint loves to see it. He can hang on to second. It's Jesse Whittington. Just 3 to go. We see Billy Tithoff onto pit road. Tough day for him. Got to lead some laps due to pit strategy call. And just, fortunately, floodgates open, fell to the rear of the field. Could not keep up with the older tires. The newer tires, excuse me. Still a lot to be happy about. Leading laps. Not everybody can do that. So it's Jesse Whittington, 2 to go. There we go. We see Billy Tithoff back on track, just staying out of our leader's ways. See Josh Hall also in. Ooh. Oh, they may have needed fuel because they stayed out on that strategy. Final lap for Jesse Whittington. Stage winner. Has led a majority of this race. Showed so much good speed. Ready to punch his ticket into the Final Four, have a shot at the championship at Homestead. This is a championship caliber performance that we've seen tonight from Car 94. Gonna go back to the virtual shop. Get ready to go. Lot to be happy about. Jesse Whittington gets it done at Kentucky. Then Sprint, second place. And Sharn Hill rounds out the podium in third. Holden Wheeler fourth. Garrett Walden fifth. There's a lot to be happy about, a lot to be proud of for those guys in the top 5, especially at a tough track like Kentucky. So we're getting ready. Top 3 getting lined up on the front stretch. And there's Jesse Whittington. Burnout. Yeah, there we go. Well-deserved burnout. Celebration for Jesse Whittington. Great day. But we'll go ahead and get started now with our driver interviews. First, we're going to talk to our third place finisher. Great day for him. Let's talk to Sharn Hill. Make sure. There we go.
Nice win, Jesse.
This looks like I don't have permission to
Josh.
pull people into the broadcast room, so I'll talk to you here. Sean, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. You got me.
Hang on. Let's see. Still having issues here with my headphones.
Can you hear me?
1 second. Can you, let's see. You got a copy now?
Can you hear me?
Having trouble.
Can you hear me?
Still don't have you. I don't know. Switch over. All right, changed headphones now. You got me now?
Yeah, do you have me? Hello?
Sorry, we're having technical difficulties here with my audio. Trying to get that figured out. So I'm unable to do interviews. I'm having issues with my audio. I jumped in last minute trying to get things squared away, so that's apologize for the technical difficulties. But still glad we're able to cover things again on last notice. You got me?
I got you loud and clear.
Yeah, I can't hear you with those headphones.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, what the microphone is registering, but I can't.
Are we muted right now, or? Yeah, no. You can't hear them at all? All right, then we're going to bring in our top three here tonight. Starting with our third place finisher, Sharon Hill. Sharon, you got Josh Natley up in your booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got y'all. Y'all have me?
Man, got you loud and clear, man. Atlee's having a little headphone issue here, a little issue, but man, great run for you here tonight. Battling up front, a lot of different people tonight. Wild race overall. Talk us through the race and the strategy you had coming in here tonight.
I was 8 points below the cut line, trying to chase draws down. So I mean, the strategy was just to go as fast as possible for as many laps as I could. I mean, luckily the track loosened up over the course of the run, and as it got darker, so it played in my hands a little bit, and that's why I was able to stay up front the way I was. But um, battling was cool. It's tough with the next gen, you catch somebody and then get caught up in the dirty air and then fall back and then catch them again. So you do that dance the entire run and just hope that their tires fall off faster than yours.
Yeah, just a lot of hard racing up through the field, up through the front. I know at one point, kind of in the middle of the field, drove yourself up. You led a bunch of laps here tonight, trying to maximize your points. And I know, like you said, your 8 points coming in. Was that just the goal here tonight to maximize as many points as you could going into Homestead next week?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember where I finished in the stage. I think it was like second or third, and then leading laps. I tried to get the bonus points for having 0x at the end of the race, but I wasn't fortunate enough to be away from a little bit of the carnage earlier. But I mean, just do what I can. Every week the goal is the same. Try to lead laps, try to win, try to maximize things, and I think I did a pretty decent job of it tonight.
Awesome, man. Well, again, awesome run here tonight, coming in third. Before I let you go, Sharon, though, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, my usual group. I know Teresa's probably listening to my interview right now. Winston wanted the link for the night. My dad, everybody that supports me. GNC franchise in Virginia Beach and Richmond support with the fitness business and letting me kind of have free reign with the paint schemes and everything else that I'm working on here too. So there's a long list of people. Never can thank everybody, but everybody knows I love them and I appreciate the support.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck next week at Homestead. I know it's going to be a tight points battle here once we get things all sorted out, and hopefully we'll all talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a great night. That was your third place finisher there, Sharon Hill. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Vince Brent. Vince, you got Josh and Atlee up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Josh?
Man, it's going well. Allie's having a little audio issue here tonight, so we're getting the interviews done. I know I was in the race, but man, it was a wild one out there tonight. And man, talk us through your race here and your strategy coming into tonight.
Man, I just the Cup Series is a challenge for me. So just showing up and just doing the best I can and surviving and finishing the race is just my strategy. But coming out with a P2 behind Jesse is a huge accomplishment for me, and I couldn't be happier right now. So tonight was a lot of fun. Kentucky, the past two nights in the SCSRA series has been amazing. I really hope to see this track back on the schedule in the next few seasons.
It's a very unique track. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is to drive this track, with the both ends being so different. 1 and 2 being real high bank, 3 and 4 being so flat. Were you able to learn anything last night in the ARCA car that you were able to translate here tonight?
I wasn't sure if everything would kind of translate, and for the most part, it did. I found a little trick that if you get that left front tire on the yellow line in the 3 and 4, if you could use that to help rotate the car, it would take a lot of the load off the right front and would put it more on the right rear. So it would save tire as far as it would prevent the car from pushing later on in a run. So kind of. I was following a guy last night and noticed it worked for him, and I was like, well, what do I got to lose tonight? So I spent the first stage kind of trying to mimic it, and by the end of this race, it paid off. So just like you said, very unique track, man. It looks just like your normal cookie cutter, but man, this was a challenging track, but man, it races very, very well.
I know you're out there trophy hunting here. Next week we move on to Homestead. How do you like your chances next week?
A win right now, just man, I want to win so bad. That's literally all I want to do. But I just want to be out of the way of the guys battling for a championship. I know these guys have worked really hard to be in the position they're in. So obviously I'm going to run my race, but and if a win's in sight, that'd be great. But just looking forward to putting on a good show for the fans watching and everybody that tunes in each week. And just hopefully, once again, if I can run the Cup Series, just finishing the race is a win for me. So looking forward to Homestead. That's another fun one.
For sure. That's why it's on the schedule as a season finale. We knew it was going to be a nice, unique track. Well, Vince, of course, great job here coming home P2 tonight. Before I let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give out here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I know my wife is watching, and as always, I'm always going to shout her out. I love her, and I can't thank her enough for all her support. And like I said on the broadcast last night, we got a little girl we're welcoming in March, and I'm going to shout her out just in case we ever go back and watch these, and she knows that we were excited for her coming into the world. So also thank you for the SCSRA putting on a great league, and all the admins for all they do, and the broadcasters for doing a phenomenal job for allowing us to go back and watch these things. It sure is a lot of fun. So just thank you to everybody that makes this possible.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the runner-up here. Good luck next week at Homestead, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, brother. We'll see you out on the track.
Have a great night.
You too, man.
That was your second place finisher, Vince Brandt. And let's talk to the winner here tonight, punching his ticket to Homestead, Miami, Jesse Whittington. Jesse, got Josh and Atlee up in the booth. Got a copy?
I got you, brother.
Man, Allie's having a little audio issue here tonight, so I'm conducting the interviews. But man, being out on the track, watching you guys out there tonight, man, it was it was a blast watching it out there. There was a lot of hard racing throughout the track. I know that second run after the stage, Garrett, you guys kind of fell back a little bit. Tried to conserve. I think you were saving a little bit of fuel or saving a little bit of the tires there to make a run at the end. Talk us through that strategy because that was really unique watching it from the.
Just to really honest, man, it came down to it was going to be two pit stops that last run for everybody, and I just figured it'd be easier to lose about 10-15 seconds over the course of a run on track versus 40 seconds on pit road. So I was trying to cut down a whole pit stop through the end of the race, and hey, it worked out.
Yeah, I know the cautions didn't help you too much here tonight. A lot of little bit of carnage here, but that's to be expected when the track is as racy as it is, and that's exactly what it was here tonight. Talk us through that, especially those last few laps there, battling at the end.
Oh man, dude, I wish that we would have gone caution free through the first little bit of through the final stage, but through those cautions I was able to kind of play a little bit more strategy, and it worked out how I was hoping. But man, those cautions that kept on coming out, I just kept on telling my teammates, man, I hope they can settle it down. I feel so good here on the long run. I just want to be able to make the long run to the end and see if I can stretch out the lead like I did in stage one. And hey, it worked out, and now we're ticket punched into the finale next week.
Absolutely, and that's I know, load off your mind heading into Homestead, Miami. Speaking of Homestead, another unique track, a lot of fun, different lines you can run. Talk us through your strategy going in next week. What's your game plan? Try to get yourself a championship next week.
I guess just try to have a little bit of a repeat of last year. If it takes luck or strategy or whatever it takes, I'm trying to see if I can get a three-peat. But we have some really good drivers that are going into the Final Four, if my math is mathing. So it's not going to be an easy one, but I'm just hoping that I'm able to run the wall a little bit and have some fun up there. That I come from a dirt background, so that's what I like to do. Get up against the wall and let it rip.
Man, that's a track you can definitely do that. Well, good luck at Homestead next week. I know we're all looking forward to the season finale. And of course, before we let you go, Jesse, anyone want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Oh yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, my wife, my kids, for their love and support every time I come out here and do this. I got to send a special shout out to my Twitch chat tonight. They bullied me into staying through the interview and